Yes, ma'am.
Hari Om. A very good evening to all of you, and Yoga Namaskar to all the Tapasvis, the Tapas Yoga Shala. I begin with a short prayer to the Guru and to the Yoga Parampara also. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarottam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankha Chakrasidharinam Sahasrashirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om to all of you. Namaste. Many of you are here from Tiruchi, maybe Chennai, Puducherry, Coimbatore and other places who are all connected with Durga and with myself. Welcome to all of you. The topic is retrain the mind. Retrain means already the mind is going on a train. It is going on a track and we have to retrain it to go on a different track. So what is that track? When we are driving by car, Google Map is showing, suppose we go off the road, it's a reroute, the map will be announcing all the time. So if we have to go to our right destination, we have to reroute, turn the steering towards a different route, and only then we can reach the destination. If I don't listen to the map and I keep going on the route that I choose to, then I may not reach the destination. So retraining the mind is rerouting the mind. What is our mind trained to already? Even as we are born, the Upanishad says, Paranchikani vitranat swayam bhuhu tasmat parang paschati nantaratma. In Tamil, there is a word we constantly say, parang pashyati. So it's a Sanskrit word actually. In the parak pakara. Parak, parak, parak. No, when the Raja is coming, they say parak means parak shaha. Keep your eyes outside. The king is coming. So don't just be relaxed. Don't do something. Don't be lost in some thought. Look outside. We are all trained from childhood to look outside. We have a mind. All of us will know, because all of you are yoga students, you would have known. The body has got 5, this whole being has got 5 parts to it. Annamaya Kosha, the physical being. This physical being contains the 5 sense organs and the 5 organs of action. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Then Vak, Pani, Vak is speech, Pani is hands, Pada is feet, Payu and Upastha, the organ of reproduction and the organ of excretion. So we have 10 sense organs in the body. And then we have the Pranamaya Kosha, which is our petrol tank, all the energy that we need to sit, stand, talk, even switch on our computer, switch it off, or look somewhere here, there. Even to look parak, you need prana, pranamaya kosha. Then you have the manomaya kosha, the mind. This is actually, we say I, this I has got 5 pockets to it. Manomaya kosha is a mind, which always, manomaya kosha means the knowledge and an object. Object means objective knowledge, the knowledge of sight, the knowledge of what we see, the knowledge of what we hear, the knowledge of what we taste, the knowledge of what we smell, and the knowledge of what we touch and feel. That is the Manomaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is actually connected to our individual perceptions, feelings, and also the organs of actions, how we execute and express ourselves in action, what we speak, what we hold with our hands, how we walk, and the organ of excretion and the organ of reproduction, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Then we have something called the Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha means when I experience Ananda. When we do our yogasanas, and there is a lot of dopamine rush and serotonin. When you do the relaxation, relax, serotonin is secreted inside. When you want to work outside, when you do Surya Namaskar, when you do asanas, when you do pranayama, inhale, exhale, and Kapalabhati and all that, dopamine is secreted inside. That is dopamine is the hormone of outside. Serotonin is the hormone of inside. So dopamine, serotonin, then when you finish everything, you feel very good, endorphin. And then when you are very happy in the satsanga, the hormone of oxytocin is secreted. When you are very happy to see your other yoga friends or the other satsangis, oxytocin is there. So there is a lot of hormonal secretion happening inside. And because of that, you experience joy. That is called the Anandamaya Kosha. So before even we begin to thinking about how to retrain the mind, we should think who I am and where this mind is in relation to me. So that's the first point. So retraining the mind here means the mind is naturally trained to look outside into the world. Even if you take a small child, I was showing some videos yesterday, somebody's Arunachalam ji, I think he sent his baby granddaughter's video. Even a small child is naturally looking outside. Birds, animals, everything looks outside. And then the musk deer is a very beautiful example. The musk deer is going on in search of the smell. It's a very fragrant smell, very beautiful smell that's actually coming from the musk deer only. But this musk deer is thinking the smell is coming from outside, and it's constantly going in search of it all the time. So like that, even we are always searching for happiness outside, searching for knowledge outside, searching for good words outside, searching for courage outside, searching for wisdom outside, searching for happiness outside. If I eat a chocolate, I will feel happy. If I get the scores in my exam, I will feel happy. If I get this much salary, I will be happy. If I get a salary, if my neighbor gets a salary more than me, I will not be happy. I will be happy if I get the salary, and I will continue to be happy only if I am on top of that salary list. If I go down and somebody gets more a promotion or increment, my happiness level dips. So it keeps, we are always at the mercy of the world outside for our happiness. In life, whatever we do it only for two things. One thing is to gain happiness and to avoid dukkha. So, atyanta sukha praptihi, atyanta dukkha nivrittihi. So that is why we need two things in our life. One is jnana and the other is yoga. Jnana is sukha prapti. I know I am the embodiment of bliss. I know for happiness and joy and bliss, how much ever I search in that is a whole story of Ganesha and Subramanya. How much ever we search outside, we are not going to experience bliss. We are not going to see how, one moment, my background is okay for you, everything is fine. I will continue this way, right?
It's okay, ma'am. It's blurred, but it's okay, fine.
Yeah, if you want me to virtual, 1 minute, please. I don't need that blurred because very nice Adi Shankaracharya is there behind and I want you all to see him. Okay, now it's clear? Yeah. Very good. So happiness everywhere. We are, so how can I get happiness? How can I look for that happiness within me? Jnana is the only way. Jnana means knowledge. Knowledge of not music. Say we go for music class. I want to learn music. Why I'm learning music? So I will be happy. Why am I learning to do yoga? So I will be happy. Why do I want to learn about pranayama? I will be happy. Why do I want to learn about the mind? I will be happy. Why do I want to go to university? I will be happy. Why do I want to earn money? I will be happy. So we do many, many things for happiness. And we all know that happiness does not last for anything that we do. It is all the law of diminishing returns of economics is always at work with happiness. One Rasagulla, I will be happy. 2 Rasagullas, okay, my happiness is still there. 3 Rasagullas, I am beginning to become satiated, but I really want more. 4, 5, even 10 if I take, and after that, my happiness quotient will start decreasing because the body system itself is designed like that. The more dopamine is secreted and I experience happiness, the higher I go in my happiness, the greater the fall, the deeper the crash. Suppose I eat 10 rasagullas, I feel very happy, but the crash is very, the dopamine crash, it goes below the baseline. So the importance is my baseline happiness should always be maintained. I should know what is my baseline of happiness. And so that is given to me by Jnana, the Upanishads. Upanishad Pramanam, meaning if I study the Upanishads and I know who I, just like I look into the mirror, I don't need to think or I don't need to meditate. Wait, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, let me meditate about myself. And then, oh yeah, this is only Sharanya Chaitanya. The mirror, I stand in front of the mirror immediately reflects me. In the same way, I just read the Upanishad. The Upanishad directly tells me who I am. No words mincing. What is that called? Tattvam Asi. Aham Brahmasmi. Ayam Atma Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma. Tvam kaha tvam. Tvam ka. You. Who are you? Tattvam Asi. You are Sat Chit Ananda. What is this? I am not Sat Chit Ananda. I am only Yada Kada Ananda. Sometime I will get Ananda. Sometime I will be miserable. Sometime I will be happy. Sometime I will get pain. So I am only Yada Kada Ananda. I am not Sadananda. So you are calling me Satchit Ananda. How is it possible? Whether you like it or not, you, whoever the 70, 100 yous that are sitting here are Satchit Ananda. So we don't need to do anything to gain happiness. That much is fixed means it is like a person is sitting on top of a treasure. He is a big Raja actually. He's got the treasure of a king. But he is living like nobody has told him that. And he's living like a beggar. Where is this treasure? He's sitting on that. In his house, there is a underground vault in which all the treasures have been kept. And so somebody, his ancestors and all, they have told the other people, don't let it know to him unless he gets a knowledge. So till he gets the right knowledge, he is thinking that he is a pauper. He's living in penury. So we are all having the treasure of happiness inside us. And we are all thinking, where will I get happiness? Which movie I go, I will get happiness. What drink I have, I will get happiness. Once upon a time, there was a drink called happiness. No, they gave it to all. They gave it to all of us in school to drink and see and go and tell our mother, I want happiness. Please get me happiness drink. So happiness is a big market in the world. All our advertisement industry, marketing industry, everything they are cashing in on our ignorance. If you get LIC policy, you will be happy. How can LIC policy make us happy? When Swami Chinmayananda ji asked Tapovan Maharaj, his guru, he was in Uttarkashi and he was coughing and suffering a bit. And he said, Master, will you please come to Delhi from Uttarkashi? Then he said, Yama is not waiting for me in Delhi or what? I will not die in Delhi. Don't people die in Delhi? He asked. So we are going here and there for happiness, forgetting that happiness is within. So the key to success, first key to success in our life, to retrain the mind is, reroute the mind is, instead of looking out, begin to look within. When we start to look within and explore about who am I, and this is not new to yoga. In your niyama, there is one niyama called Swadhyaya, Swa-adhyaya. That is what is rerouting the mind all about. We are thinking my happiness is outside. Now we have to understand first the happiness inside. Understanding is the first step. That is where jnana will come. The guru will tell, the shastras will tell, don't look outside for happiness. There's a very beautiful Shiva Vakya Sittar Padal. Odi, 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 vutkalanda jodiyai. Nadi, 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 naatkalum kadaldu poi. Tedi, 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 vadinra mandargal. Kodi, 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 enniranda kodiye. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. So, happiness is inside, joy is inside, bliss is inside, talent is inside, wealth is inside. How? There's no question of how. The way is shown. Google Maps shows the way. There is no question of how we have to do like this, how we have to change. No question, because the map's vision is from the satellite. Our rishis have given that satellite vision for us. Our rishis are not looking like us from the ground. They are in their seat of meditation. The Upanishads have been written. They are all darshanas. Like the rishis' vision, the satellite vision has been given to us about how we know to find ourselves. So that is the first key. Self-knowledge is a key that will open all doors. If I know who am I, knowledge of yoga is easy, knowledge of physics is easy, knowledge of quantum physics is easy, knowledge of mathematics is easy. Even in your Yoga Sutras, so many beautiful methods are given in the end. If medical students study that, the Yoga Sutras, Vibhuti-pada, if geography students, Surya Samyamat, Sarva Bhuvana Jnanam, if I meditate on the sun, meaning if I do Gayatri Japa and I meditate on the sun, Surya Bhagavan, here this is the ashram of Chinmaya Surya Bhagavan. Surya Samyamat, Sarva Bhuvana Jnanam, I will know about the whole world. Whatever is there in this earth, I will know because I am meditating on the sun. Nabi Chakre, Sarva Kaya Vyuha Jnanam, for medicine students, whoever is studying, whoever are doctors, medical students, if I meditate on the Nabi Chakra, the navel center, the energy center in that navel, I will know what is there in the body. But these are all not given to develop those powers. These are all different ways of organizing the mind, integrating the mind, retraining the mind. So now, to retrain the mind, we should know towards which goal. If I am going very fast towards some goal, we learn so many practices, mental practices, that training, mind training, fast power, mathematical training. And if I don't know to which direction I have to train the mind, I will be going very fast. I will be very sharp. I will be very brilliant. I will be excellent. So many people, in very top educational institutions, they have scored so much and so much of their parents' money have been spent and they have gone there. And once they go there and reach the top, something happens to them. They do so many things. They commit suicide and all those things. Why? Because I'm going very fast. I'm training the mind. The mind train is going very fast. It is not retrained. It is not, the direction is not very clear. So very fast we will go, but we will go in the wrong direction. So it's very important to retrain the mind. First step to retraining the mind is to know who I am. And then that is enough. To know who I am is enough. That part is over. And then the next is for success in the world, how I have this knowledge of who I am. Now I still am having this physical body. I want to engage in the world. How do I engage in the world? If you want the first key to have success in the world, one is regarding objects. Use all objects very well. Like the mouse, Ganesha's mouse is there, no? Ganesha's mouse is very small, but if you see whether it is relevant or not, it will catch everything from somewhere and put it in its hole and keep it safely. So what that mouse it is going to do, we don't know. It will catch and it will forget. But we should use every little thing with care, with love and attention, and then never misuse anything in the world. Then we will be able to achieve our success with material objects. In material objects, use things with care, use things with love and attention, and never misuse or abuse anything. Just because it is a door, it is an inanimate object, don't bang the door. The door has got consciousness. The door is Sat, Chit, Ananda. The door is an expression of Ananda. It is expressing its joy by being a door and being serving humanity. The tree is expressing its joy by being a tree. The plant is expressing its joy by being a plant. There is a latest technology has come and there is a beautiful garden that's being created. It's a musical garden of different varieties of plants are connected with minute sensors And the sensors have been they're working with the music department and the sound technology, neuroscience department. So many departments have come together. And you enter into that garden, the trees are giving out music all the time. The vibrations are all of different sa re ga ma pa da ni, in all these notes, do re mi fa so la ti, in all permutations and combinations. Trees are singing, plants are singing, insects are singing, animals are singing, everything. Human beings are singing their own song all the time. It is a song of joy. So key to success in the world outside is to begin with gratitude. Objects with care and love and attention, using them well. With people, it is a sense of gratitude. The feeling of gratitude I have, everything can be set right. Whatever complaint I may have, whatever problem I may have, whatever tension I may have, whatever negativity I may have, that one important thing that is blocking our success is the feeling of gratitude. If I have the feeling of gratitude, it opens all the doors in the world for my success. How to feel, how to express gratitude, or how to experience gratitude. Any difficulty comes, any pain comes, any suffering comes. Anybody is a pain on the neck, we may feel. Anybody is causing an obstacle in our life. Just say, I learned this practice some long time ago. Some energy teacher had come, pranic healing. Oh wow, cut. See this, that energy is all around us. The energy of we don't remember why we have to be grateful for something. So that energy is very strong, and then we begin with complaining. So cut that first. Cut like a scissor and say, oh wow, thank you. It works so well for me. Somewhere somebody says something very bad. Don't tell loudly into their face. Oh wow, thank you. They will get hurt. They hurt you so that they want to see you get hurt. And if you don't get hurt and say wow and smile and say, oh wow, thank you, you will irritate them further. Quietly, cut that energy. Oh wow, thank you. And then proceed to see what can be done about that situation. Everything will work out well. But if we intensify that energy by getting into that whole drama, getting into that whole trauma, getting into that whole dynamics, then we will intensify the problem. So the key to success in the world outside with people is, first thing is gratitude. I will come to what Patanjali Maharishi says about that. Then understanding that happiness is not in objects, people, and circumstances. Before starting to do work towards something, we should know towards which goal we are achieving. So the goal in life is very, very important. So when I say the goal in life is to know yourself, then all of you may switch off and go, okay, what is there to listen anymore? We are all here to do yoga. We want to achieve and do many asanas. And then we are working in our lives. We have children. We want to get admission for our children in good universities and colleges. We want to earn lots of money. Then we want to achieve so many things in life. And you are telling, know yourself, that's the purpose of your life. So that is why our Shastras have given 4 goals, and there are no any more goals. You don't need to search for anything. If you have listened to this, you know what are the 4 goals in life. All of you will know, but I'm just retraining is always about reiterating the same thing that we know. 4 goals in life: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. These are the 4 goals in my life. Out of the 4 goals, 3 goals alone, achieving them alone, will keep me in that loop. Everywhere you say, our brain is functioning in a loop. Everything in this universe, the clock is running in a circle. Everything is happening again and again. History is repeating itself. The whole yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, time is repeating itself. Circumstances are repeating themselves. Why? Because every circumstance, every situation is coming to teach us some lesson. If we are not learning those lessons, we are in that loop all the time. If we have to get out of the loop, we have to go into the 4th Purushartha. Purushartha means, Purusha means this human being, this person, the seeker who is seeking something in life. Artha means to seek. So what am I seeking? First is dharma. Dharma means do my duty. I am a daughter, I am a father, I am a mother, I am a sister, I am a brother, I am a friend, I am a worker, I am an employee, I am involved in some project, whatever work I may have, do my duty. I am whatever that is dharma, and develop nice qualities. The main dharma related to our mind is, the mind is, as it is born, it is in tamoguna, and then as it expresses itself, it expresses from tamas, and hence it is rajoguna, and very rarely it gets glimpses of sattva-guna. So when it comes to qualities, my work is to cultivate sattva-guna. That is my dharma. Cultivate sattva-guna by removing all the impurities of mind and working dharma. Like suppose some beggar is asking, Ayya, Amma, dharma podungama. What is dharma? Very simple. There are many. Dharma gahano karmana gatihi. Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says, but dharma is, good karma is dharma. So good karma means what I speak. Very simple. Everything when you know in numbers of 5, 3 and 2, our understanding is very simple. What I speak, it should be good for myself and for the world. What I do with my hands, it should be good for the world. There is a very beautiful Tiruvasakam, no? Talaye ni vanangai, talai malai talai kanithu, talayale pali terum talaivanai, talaye ni vanangai, kangal kaanmingalo, kadal nanjunda kandaldanai, endol veesi nindraalum pirandanai, kangal kaanmingalo. Everything. Mooke ni muralai, vaye vaarthu kandar, kaigalal payanin, kaalgalal payanin. So that's everything is there in that song. No? Very beautiful song. All the 10 sense organs. What is the use of all this if I don't do this? If I don't do dharma, if I don't do good deeds, there is no purpose of my birth. Simple as that. So first purushartha in my life is I should be good. I be good, do good. Swami Shivananda says, very beautiful song is, serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize, be good, do good, be kind, be compassionate, adapt, adjust, accommodate, bear insult, bear injury, highest yoga. Bear insult, bear injury, highest sadhana. Inquire, who am I? Know thyself and be free. You will soon attain immortality. Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Shalom, Om. Serve Dharma. Dharma is the first Purushartha. Everything has come. Whatever we need to know in this whole session of 1 hour has been compressed in this song so beautifully by Swami Shivananda. So Dharma. The next is Artha. Artha means I'm seeking life. I'm seeking wealth. I'm seeking money. I'm seeking prosperity. I'm seeking knowledge. Going out into the world and seeking. Artha. Artha means Arthyate anena iti arthaha. Arthyate means going and asking, seeking, getting knowledge. Senduduveer ettu thikkum kalai chelvangal yavum konarndu ingu serpir. Inga means in this place where I am. Bring all the wealth of the whole world, the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of riches, everything. So Bharat is a very prosperous country. It is not a Daridra Narayana's nation. It is prosperous. So they say, you search wealth, you bring wealth, and you deposit here in your country. No, have wealth in your country. Not give wealth to everywhere and sit without anything and then say nobody is there to look after me and cry. No, dharma, artha. The third is kama. Okay, we all have desires. Dharma aviruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. There's nothing wrong in kama, but the kama should be not contrary to dharma. Dharma means good. The kama should be good. Kama means desire, intense desire. If I'm a married man or a married woman, the intense desire to have a child is dharma, good kama, dharma, aviruddha kama. If I am a student, the intense desire to study and top my class, be on the top, is dharma, aviruddha kama. If there is a girl of marriageable age, the intense desire of the parents to get the child married in a nice family is good karma. So we should pursue all these things. When the problem is, if we understand and expand the scope of karma, then we will go into a lot of problems in our life. So even if we pursue all these things, there is no problem in our life. We will be in the samsara chakra only. Dharma, artha, kama. And I will fulfill the kama, I will go to heaven, then I will come back again. Dharma, artha, kama. Then I will fulfill everything, I will go back. And then I will come back. Dharma, artha, kama. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatareshayanam. So when I want to come out of, I am spinning in a wheel. If I want to come out of the wheel, if I'm sitting inside the wheel, the spokes of the wheel, somewhere I should come to the hub of the wheel. I should come to the eye of the cyclone, or I should go to the tangential square. See, I'm going in this wheel. The wheel is spinning here. I should reach this tangent point. When I come to this tangent point, I will be free of the spinning of the wheel. The tangent point is only jnana, who I am. If I know I am inside the wheel, I am outside the wheel. That is why Purnam, we wear this ring, you know. It's a very beautiful ear ornament. It is Purnam, it's complete. Inside there is space. Outside there is space. Where the gold is there, there also the space is there. It is space everywhere. In the same way, it is I everywhere. It is consciousness everywhere. That is the way to come out of that tangent. It is very important to come out of the wheel. We may be very happy in our work. We may be very happy in our dharma. We will get a lot of nice things. We will get difficulties. We will be very successful in managing everything also. But if I am not alert and aware that I have to come out into the tangent or to the hub, then I will get caught in this cycle and come back to experience again dukkha and sukha. So what are the means of knowledge? There is very little time now, but anyway, I'll just go through it very fast. So we say knowledge of I want, and knowledge of the world, also experience, we want to learn. What are the means of knowledge? We have pramana. Pramana means, there are three. Pramana means a means of knowledge. Prakarshena mana. When I show a picture like this, this has got a length, it has got a breadth, it has got a height, and it has got a width. Everything is there. So mana is there, a measurement. When we say he did apamana to me, means I am having a measurement of myself, which is very nice and good, and the other person's measurement of me is a little low than what I measure myself. So it becomes apamana. Atimana or sumana means like giving a lot of respect to somebody, like increasing, they may feel very small, but the other person will think very great of us. We feel very good to hear that. So pramana means prakarshena mana, right knowledge. What are the three ways of right knowledge we have? Pratyaksha pramana, pratyaksha, aksha, shrotra, whatever, what smell, agarbatti smell is coming, what here nice music I'm hearing, what is a vision I'm seeing the darshan of so many people, yogis and yoginis listening to this talk, pratyaksha pramana. Then what is the taste I'm having? I ate 15 rasagullas, that taste is there in my mouth. I'm joking, huh? I'm also a yogini like all of you, so I don't do such things. But once I get an opportunity, I will eat, don't worry. So taste, and then feeling. I'm feeling somewhat warm because this is Puducherry. Somebody in Coimbatore will feel cool. Tirchi, you'll feel hotter, hottest because of our big Ganesha sitting on the temple. What is that? Malai Uchipallayar. As my knowledge, so the action. Why knowledge is important? As my knowledge, so the action. As the action, so the result. And as the result, my knowledge is that cycle. Everything goes in a loop. Whatever we study and understand is going in a loop. The only thing that does not go in a loop is who am I? That consciousness. I. The I is in fact in the Yoga Sutras, in the very second line, everything is finished. Atha yoga anushasanam. Then he says yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta vritti means my chitta is there. It is moving into waves. Chitta means chitta, chaitanya, consciousness plus takaro vai vishayaha. Vishaya, meaning I am having consciousness, awareness everywhere. But in my awareness, now there is a vishaya, there is an object of awareness. So this tumbler is there in my chittam right now. So the chitta, this object doesn't move, but the impression that object makes in my mind is constantly moving. So this is what vritti. Chitta is there. In the chitta, in conscious, in chit, there is an object. There are objects. How many objects are there? Only 5 objects. No, object of seeing, object of hearing, object of tasting, smelling, and touching. All these 5 objects, they create one big Duryodhana family inside our head. No, and they cause vrittis, means movement. This tumbler is there. This is just a tumbler, but this is a very beautiful tumbler. Somebody gifted it to me. That day that person said the thought will go. Stream of consciousness will go somewhere from here. Chitta vritti nirodha. So what I should do in yoga is I should steady the mind. And so this vritti, this tumbler is forming in my mind. I have a steady perception of it. I view it as it is. It is not mine. It is not yours. It is a tumbler with which I can drink water. Matter is over. There is no raga, dvesha, hatred. Nothing is there. My mind will. Yogaha chitta virodaha. If I sit like that, over. My work is over. Tada, what happens? Drashtuhu swarupi avasthanam. I am a drashta. Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita says, Upadrashtanuman, who am I? So they are asking, who is Bhagavan? Who is Bhagavan? Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha paramatmeti chapyuktaha dehesmin purushah paraha upadrashta tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. What is the drashtu swarupa? That is yoga, state of yoga. It is over. After that, if I don't understand, then only the next things begin. What is that? Vritti sarup. See, here is there. Then object of vritti is there. I am looking, I am the drashta. I am looking at this object, okay, not this object. This object will not lead me into vrittis, okay. That's Gurudev's picture. This is an object, okay. I am the drashta. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodhaha. I quieten my mind. There is no movement in my mind and I am in the state of yoga. I am quiet. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. I am in my swarupa. I am not influenced by this tumbler and I am doing what I need to do. If I have to talk, I will talk. If I have to keep it aside, I will keep it aside. But if my chitta vritti is not controlled, if my mind is not controlled, what vritti sarupyam itaratra, I will fall into this. I will fall into this thought, into this tumbler thought. Then what are the 5 types of thoughts? Very simple. Patanjali Maharishi, like a mathematical equation. Pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, smriti. So pramana means, even in pramana there are 3. Pratyaksha pramana. Pratyaksha means seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, all 5. And even our thoughts and our feelings that we get, we are able to see them. So they are pratyaksha. Well, how can you say you are getting angry? I can't see anything in you that is getting angry. No, you can't see. I can see inside me that there is anger boiling inside. Okay. So that is pratyaksha. Prati, aksham prati, in front of my eyes. That is the measurement. I am seeing this picture in front of me. I am seeing this pen stand with this clock, sand clock in front of me. How are you saying? How are you saying? And you're seeing this? No, I'm seeing it in front of my eyes. Pratyaksha pramana. Then you have anumana pramana. These are all 5 thoughts. We say controlling our thoughts. If you control thoughts, you control the mind. What are thoughts we should know? Anumana pramana is another thought will come. Somewhere, fire engine is going on the road. Oh my God, somewhere nearby there is fire. Or somewhere I can see smoke. Or yada meghaha santi tada vrishtihi bhavati. Yada mayuraha nrityanti tada vrishtihi bhavati. Meaning, when peacocks are dancing, I know it is going to rain. When there are clouds gathering, I know it's going to rain. I'm not seeing the rain right now, but it is anumana pramana. Third pramana is agama pramana. Agama or shabda pramana. How do I know there is heaven? How do I know there is hell? Or how do I know there is a state called moksha? Mukti enroru nilai samaitai angu murudinayum unarum unarvamaitai. எத்தனை கோடி இன்பம் வைத்தார் எங்கள் இறைவா இறைவா இறைவா. பாரதியார், சுப்பிரமணிய பாரதியார். So mukti, what do I know? Mukti என்று ஒரு நிலை சமைத்தார். You have done something. How do I know about mukti? I don't know. The Upanishads are saying shabda pramana. So I take it and I understand and I study. So pramana is over. Next, from pramana is the only thought form that we can entertain successfully, which will be helpful to us. When we move from this, viparyaya means shaky thought form. You know, I see a rope in the darkness and I get scared thinking it is a snake. I experienced this once in a yoga ashram. We had to get early morning. We had to be in the satsang at 5:30. Even when I was a student, as well as when I was a teacher there at Madurai Shivananda, I think. Yeah. So in the morning, eyes are very groggy. You know, when you immediately you get up from sleep, tamas has not gone. The eyes are not clear. When I was just walking to the restroom, I saw a stick, small stick, thin stick. And I'm just looking, oh my God, what is this? It's wriggling, I thought. Then afterwards, I cleared my eyes. Nothing is wriggling. It's only a stick. So it can happen to everybody. Viparyaya, you see something, but you understand something else. So viparyaya. The third is vikalpa. Vikalpa means, actually all thoughts are vikalpa. All doubts are vikalpa. If I don't have one thought is sankalpa. You know, when we say, I'm taking a sankalpa, mamopata, samasta, durita, kshayadvara, Shri Parameshwara Prityartham, Karishyamanasya karmanaha, nirvignena parisamaptyartham, Shraddha Bhakti, I want all these qualities. Sankalpa, Shraddha Bhakti, Jnana, Yoga, Vairagya Siddhyartham, Japa, Tapa, Dhyana, Niyama, Abhivruddhyartham, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Chaturvidha, Phalapurushartha, Siddhyartham, Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Shaucha, Santosha, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Siddhyartham, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Siddhyartham. I want this, I want this, I want asana, I want pranayama, I want dharana, I want dhyana, I want samadhi, I want viveka, I want vairagya, I want shama, dama, uparamasthitiksha, shraddha, samadhanam, mumukshutvam cha, I want to be free, mumukshutvam cha, siddhyartham. I alone am free, it's not enough. I'm born in this country of Bharat. We don't think only about ourselves, we think about the whole nation. Bharata Rashtrasya Punaruthana Ekata Jagarana Siddhyartham cha Aham Shri Gayatri Homam Karishe, Siddhivinayaka Swami Pujam Karishe, Guru Paduka Pujam Karishe. We do everything taking a Sankalpa. Vikalpa is a third vritti. Opposite of Vikalpa is Sankalpa. Vikalpa is many thoughts, useless thoughts, stupid thoughts. Opposite of that is Sankalpa, is one thought which is not actually happening here now, but we want it. It's a prayer for the future. Sankalpa means Samyak Kalpaha. Vikalpa. Then you have, everybody is aware of that, Nidra. Nidra means Nidra is not exactly sleep. Nidra means I don't know. If you say, do you know Japanese? I don't know Japanese. I am sleepy about Japanese. I have absence thought about Japanese. Absent, abhava vritti, nidra. What is that called? I don't see anything. That's called nidra, right? And then last one is smriti. Just like pramana, smriti also will help. All these vrittis or movements of the vritu vartane. The word vritti is from the word vritu. Vartana means movement. You know, something keeps moving. Vritu vartane. All the vrittis are constantly moving. They are rotating in our mind. So when we stop the rotation, yogaha, chitta vritti nirodhaha. Vritti is moving constantly. I look into something, I engage with that, that produces results. Again, I get the desire for that. I look into that, I engage with that. I do that work, produces results. Again, I'm so vritti, I am engaged in the vritti sarupyam. See, this is the object and there, this is there. If I look into myself, if I look into myself, I have fallen flat inside. I become like Ganga merged into the Ganga Sagar. You cannot find me anymore. But If I don't look into myself, I look deeply into this object, I will be held by this object and I'll be rotated. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare shayanam, iga samsare, bahudustare, kripaya pare, pahi murare. That is where we use our vritti of smriti. Smriti vritti is remembering Bhagavan, because I am caught in this samsara. Ishvara pranidhanat, one word, everything is over. You can achieve samadhi sthiti by surrendering to Bhagavan. So this is a very ideal shloka for this. Though Adi Shankaracharya has written very beautiful in that Bhaja Govindam. Before that, let me tell you two quotes. One is from our Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda. In a very simple way, he put, if I want success in life, it is yoga put in 3 sentences in English. I should reduce my quantity of thoughts. It's all coming under the Vikalpa. I should reduce the quantity of thoughts. I should improve the quality of thoughts. Quality of thoughts means thoughts about yoga, thoughts about pranayama, asana, thoughts about goodness, thoughts about jnana, quality of thoughts. Then direction of the flow. This is where retraining the mind, you said, no? We are training the direction outward into the world. The direction of flow should go inside. Then I become a powerful storehouse of, bliss and happiness and jnana. And from Patanjali Maharishi, I would like to quote. This is for turning inward, retraining. I think I will finish here because we need time for some questions, you said. And then I will just tell Patanjali Maharishi also, for the world outside, why are we practicing yoga? Heyam, dukkam, anagatam. Now we are facing dukkha, we can't do anything. In the past, we faced sorrow, we can't do anything. It's done, gone, done and dusted. But from future, we don't need to get dukkha. Heyam, dukkham, anagatam. And then in the end, he says, you do this samyama, you will get this, you do that samyama, you will get this. Finally, he said, last samyama practices, shana tat kramayoho samyamat vivekajam jnanam. When I get shana, that this moment, I am conscious. Who am I? In this moment, I am consciousness. Next moment, there's nothing else except that. There's only 1 second we can focus on. And in that 1 second, we can only know that we are consciousness. By the time we focus on something, that second is gone. Shana tat kramayoho samyamat. What will I get? What is the benefit I will get? I will get vivekajam jnanam. Viveka means this is truth, this is untruth. This is real, this is unreal. So Viveka means this is a picture and this is a mobile phone bag. This is Viveka, basically separating between two things. But here the Viveka we are talking about is what is the truth and what is the untruth. What is real, what is unreal. What is eternal and what is temporary is the Viveka. That knowledge we will get when we practice. The ultimate practice of yoga leads to the knowledge of Viveka. And Vedanta takes off from there. Vedanta is, once you practice yoga, what happens? The whole world, many parts, everything is integrated into one part. You meditate on that one part, then you finally go inside. Once you go inside, there's another person who carries our hand. That person is Vedanta. And Vedanta says, you are not, don't worry about anything else. You are not that problem, this problem. You are that Brahman. Over. So, Vivekajam Jnanam. And once Vedanta you enter in, you become a adhikari for Vedanta, the first quality is Viveka. See, this is where yoga leads to the quality of Viveka. And from there, Viveka you take and then you go inside. Viveka means this is not me, this is me. This means not the body. The body is not me, the mind is not me, the intellect is not me. I am that blissful state of being. And so we have lots to go, but I think I will take questions. No, it's going to be almost 5. How about Durga? What do you have to say about that?
Yes,
there's a little bit only on kleshas which I wanted to cover.
We can cover it in another 2 minutes. We'll cover the
2 minutes
klesha.
we'll finish that. Okay. Yes, wonderful. If you're all enjoying, then I have no problem. So what is stopping us? See, first is the 5 senses of perception is plugged into like a plug point. You know, this plug point on our face, we have a plug point. This plug point, 5 plug points you can say, it is just pressed into the world. Okay, we are drawing our electricity from the world. Electricity in the form of joy, in the form of knowledge, in the form of love, in the form of attention, in the form of blessings, in the form of gifts, money, whatever it is. This 5 plug point: eyes, ears, nose, smell, nose, tongue, and skin. 5 plug points. That is the objects of perception. They're connected to the objective mind. Then you have 5 plug points which are connected to the inside. What are they? Organ of speech, organ of hands, organ of the working organ of legs, organ of reproduction, and organ of excretion are all connected inside into us. So that is why when somebody tells something, bada bada bada, they come, they blow one big tantrum, immediately we want to rush to the toilet. Why? Because from this plug point we have received so much. Now it has to be exited from our body, and the body is finding the difficulty. All of us would have had this experience. You just simply talk on somebody. I have experienced that myself. You talk to somebody on the phone, they're going on and on and on and on about something or some problem. And I used to wonder, why is it that I keep the phone and immediately rush to the toilet? No, because the plug points are all connected. The energy transfer is happening and it has to get exited. So objective mind and subjective mind. In between the objective mind plug point is, we don't just receive and it doesn't go and come out like pure energy. We receive it. Inside there are some vasanas or thoughts. Meaning, I saw one person one day and that person's face was like this, shrinking face. I immediately concluded a thought in my mind that that person is an angry person. Okay. Second day, I see that person may be smiling, but that angry thought of that person is in my mind. That's my vasana. So I received that information from that person on the second day. It is reacting with this vasana, and then it is going through my subjective mind and expressing as, irritation or hatred towards that person. So here our work is there with the vasanas only in the middle. Objective mind, subjective mind, subjective mind. In between, there are these kleshas. These vasanas are called kleshas. What are they? There are many. These vasanas, main vasana is avidya. Avidya means I don't know who I am. No, I know computer, I know table, I know photograph, I know everything, but I don't know who I am. Bhavam I am, because I don't know who I am. Like the drunkard on the road, he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what his name is. He doesn't know what the company he is working in or where is the address of his house. Nothing he knows. And so he cannot do anything except when he's in an inebriate condition, lying down on the road, waiting for somebody to help him, identify and help him. So in the same way, I don't know my true self. That is avidya. We cannot do much about it. By jnana, it will go away. But the rest of the vasanas, what are they? Asmita means I. Then raga, dvesha, they're all manomalas. They're all impurities of mind. Raga, dvesha. Then abhinivesha means fear. I have this, everything, the Zoom meeting is very nice. I want this to continue all the time. I want so many listeners to be holding on in rapt attention and listening to what I speak. It's my abhinivesha. I don't have it because people don't give me such an opportunity all the time. So I don't really expect such things. Abhinivesha. Fear that you lose something, fear of you will lose your people around you, fear that you will die or you lose this body is abhinivesha. These are all kleshas. And the other thing is you have vyadhi. Vyadhi means disease. Sthana means chitta gurutvam. My thoughts have become very heavy. My mind has become very heavy. And so I am very lazy. Chitta gurutvam. Sthana. Samshaya. Dvaya viruddha avagahi. Here one moment here, one moment there. Some people, one question they will ask, before you answer that question, there another question will come up. Samshaya, all the time doubt. And pramada, pramada means, why should I practice yoga or pranayama or viveka or vairagya? No other work or what? I want to go to the hotel, eat nice masala dosa, and drink nice coffee. And then another hotel I go in the evening, lovely pastries are there. Then third hotel I go, beautiful, what is that called? Pizzas are there. For pizza, you go to one hotel. For idli, you go to Murugan Idli. And you even travel districts and states. I remember once my colleagues and all from one newspaper, they all came all the way from Chennai. We had to Pondicherry. And usually when I come to Puducherry, I will go to the ashram. I'll sit in meditation alone by myself. They went from hotel to hotel, shopping center to shopping center. I became so tired the whole day. One day I'm getting so tired. So, samshaya. Pramada. Pramada means doing all these things and not actually paying attention to yoga, pranayama, meditation, and all these sadhanas. Alasya is laziness, sitting back and relax. No? Okay, chill out. Everything is fine. Don't exert yourself too much. Alasya. Avirati is, even though I know these sense organs are taking me in the wrong way, I am not able to leave that and go. Then Bhranti Darshana. Bhranti Darshana is somewhat like that Viparyaya. Atasmin Tad Buddhi. This something is not the truth. I am believing it is the truth. Something is not even there. I am believing it is there and going behind it. No, this love and all is Atasmin Tad Buddhi only. Some man is there, one woman is there. She thinks that this person loves her, and she thinks that there is genuinely love inside that person. She goes behind that person for the love. And finally, only when they get married or they go away somewhere, Atasmin Tad Buddhi, no love was there. I got cheated. Bhranti Darshana. That is why they say love is blind. No? Bhranti Darshana. Then Alabdha Bhumikatva, Anavastatva. Alabdha Bhumikatva means I am not able to reach any platform in my practices. Like I'm not able to get any steady platform. I'm not able to reach there. I'm not able to get there and do what I want to. I am not able to be what I really want to be. Alabdha Bhumikatva. Anavasthitatva means even after going there and being there, dropping all the time and not being steady in that. So what is the way to come out of all this? Ekatattva abhyasaha. Again, it comes back to Ishvara Pranidhana, where Adi Shankaracharya Bhagavan in Bhaja Govindam, he says repeatedly, he keeps saying Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Dukrin Karane. We are all not actually doing Dukrin Karane here. What is Dukrin Karane? He saw an old man in the banks of the Ganga. 99 not out that man was. And what is he practicing? Sanskrit grammar. Dukrin Karane, Dukrin Karane. He is by hearting a grammar rule. Okay. So then Adi Shankaracharya sees that this Dukrin Karane is not going to save you, my dear. Chant the name of Govinda. Govinda, 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 Achyuta, Ananta, Govinda will help. Not Dukrin Karane. No knowledge is going to help. And so that is Bhaja Govindam. And finally he finishes. To attain that state, there are Ekatattva Abhyasa means Ishvara Pranidhana. So I conclude with another chant by Adi Shankaracharya, which includes our yoga, bhoga, jnana, everything. Yogarato va, bhogarato va, sangarato va, sangavihinaha, yasya brahmani ramate chetam. Retraining the mind from yoga, and yoga is okay. Yoga is training it inward. From bhoga, taking it to yoga. Whether the person is in bhoga or whether the person is in yoga, it doesn't matter. Yasya brahmani ramate chetam. Chittam. My mind, it is not vritti. It's not in vrittis. It's not breaking into waves and tortured in this world. Yasya brahmani ramate chetam. Nandati, nandati, nandatyeva. Nandati, 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 eva. Only. What is that person's job in this world? Being happy is my job. There was a cartoon of 2019. One person said, what are your plans for this year? Staying alive, because it was pandemic came out, no? We all went into lockdown. What are your plans for this year? Staying alive, that person is singing. So what is our plan for this life? What is our goal for the life? Being happy all the time. Nandati, nandati, nandatyeva. Hari Om. Thank you so much for such lovely listening, yogic listening from all of you. Yes,
such a wonderful, ma'am. It was like, Diwali Patas Madri. It was like, so many things into the mind.
Everything is gone.
It was so nice. We could have a lot of information coming inside us. And It was like a treat for the mind. It is not like retrain the mind, it was treat for the mind. I should have changed the topic. It should be a treat for the mind.
It's okay.
It was wonderful. And I leave it with others participants to ask any questions here. It's better if you put in the chat.
Hello, this is Selvi from Puducherry, ma'am.
Yes, very good.
When you were talking about, first I have my question in the end.
Okay.
You were talking about Samshaya and you were talking about Pondicherry.
Huh.
I was so happy when you said I had been to Puducherry. Finally, you ended saying all we're doing shopping, shopping, shopping.
Yes, I am in Puducherry now. Now also I am in Puducherry. I'm in Chinmayapuri or Puducherry. Yes.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful, ma'am.
Yes.
Actually, what I wanted to ask was, this was an awesome class, and we, as Durga ma'am said, we learnt a lot and a lot.
Mhm.
It's a very vast subject, and within 1 hour, you have given us a lot of information. It's
Very
really a treat, as Durga ma'am said. You were talking about gratitude, ma'am.
Yes.
At the time, you said you learned it.
Wow. Thank you.
You have to cut it out,
Yes.
saying that if someone gives some negative force or some pain to us,
Huh.
you have to tell back, this pain goes back to you. Is it like that?
No. We don't need to tell that person anything.
Oh,
It
okay.
is all for us to understand. So we can leave that person alone. They're
Okay.
all there for a purpose. Actually, people who give us trouble, people who hate us, or people who do harm to us, everybody, they're all actually good people. You know how? Because before even we were born, we have entered into a contract with them. I have some problem inside me. Okay, you are my friend. You will also be born in the world, and you will do something and take out my problem from me. All right, then say deal, and then only they're born. So we should actually have gratitude for them. Otherwise, why would anybody, one day I remember a policeman on the road, traffic police, was just on the road, somebody was beating the traffic or something, traffic rules. And the policeman, from the bottom of his stomach, he's shouting something about that person. Then I thought, actually what? He's not a mama or somebody, a brother-in-law or an uncle or a brother or sister of that man, but so much of energy is wasting to guide that person and tell him that this is not the way, you are not doing the right thing, no? So that is how people who are all scolding us or criticizing us or making fun of us, they're all part of the whole plan. They're all part of this whole universal plan to make us evolve to greater and greater heights. So we do feel upset, of course. That's why I'm saying, when we feel upset, we just, oh, wow, thank you for this learning, for the situation. And then there are many beautiful methods also, as I taught in that YouTube session on in Manashodhanam. Actually, I've not come to that point. After this Eka Tattva Abhyasaha, one thing left. Maybe some other time we can have a session alone on this to attain that state of, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What aids the mind? Patanjali Maharishi gives us 7 steps. Those are very, very important. The first is Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. Then you have Prachardana, Vidarana, Bhavyam Pranasya. Then Vishevati Va, Jyotishmati, Pravritti, all that. 7 points only, 7 days a week, 7 practices. We can quieten the mind and make it fit for Samadhi. So we can do that some other time if we get an opportunity to meet, definitely. So that way, I think I've covered everything that I have written out, because I didn't do it today. Yesterday, I sat and did. I don't usually need to write, because usually it's some text and then I follow the text and everything flows. But this is a topic, and Durga has also given me an interesting topic to think about. So I cannot just reel off something, and it's happening on Zoom with so many people listening. So it has to go with that flow. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
That was the wonderful answer. But the problem is we are totally taken up.
Yes.
Too many things you have spoken about. And
Yes.
yoga has taken us
Thank
to a
you.
disciplined life.
Yes.
And you have given us a better view of what yoga will take us to.
Yes.
And we are really happy, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amma. Any other questions?
Thank you, ma'am.
Manikandan ji? Yes. Who's speaking?
Thank you so
Srinivasan ji.
much, ma'am.
Okay. Very
It was
nice.
really wonderful. After a long time session that I attended has given me lots of freeness in my mind because I listened to your session. Really wonderful. My only sincere request is you should start teaching children.
Yes, yeah, we are
Because it is,
conducting Bal Vihar classes.
yes,
Durga can share my, there's one boy from Trichy who's attending my Bal Vihar.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can share my Bal Vihar link every Sunday from 11 to 12. I'm conducting Bal Vihar class online.
Sure,
And,
ma'am. Thank you.
We'll do it, ma'am. We'll do it. You
More
can pass it on.
information.
I will do it.
From tomorrow
Because-
is Navaratri. Every festival like this is actually a yoga sadhana. Whether it is Mahalaya Paksha or Deepavali or Ganesh Chaturthi, all the deities we see, they're all yogic. See, when you see Chittavritti Nirodha, no, a deity, Ranganatha Swami, lying down there in Sri Rangam, when you see Ranganatha, your mind becomes still. Your mind takes the form of Ranganatha. Your mind becomes still like Ranganatha's mind for that moment. So that is what Chittavritti Nirodha is all about. The temples are all practical demonstration laboratories for what we study in yoga and Vedanta. Yes.
Thank you.
Madaji, I am Srinivasan here.
Srinivasanji, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Yes.
I am in a state of perplexed, mood. I do not know
Yes.
whether you have exploded or imploded the mind in detailing and retraining the mind.
Whatever has happened is because of the grace of Bhagavan. If anything has gone wrong, that is because of me. Yes.
It's really an
And,
excellent oration.
Thank you very much. One more thing. Tomorrow, Navaratri is beginning, right? So on YouTube, Durga, you can share it with all of them. Chinmaya Surya channel, I'm conducting talks on Durga Saptashati in the evening, 6:30 to 7:30. Please do listen. It is also going to be, yes, Durga Saptashati is story about Ma Durga only, but it is going to be more connected with our sadhana and our state of mind and what does Durga mean in our sadhana, what does Lakshmi and Saraswati mean in our sadhana. So it is going to have a very yogic, Vedantic perspective also, besides Bhakti. Bhakti is the main thing of Durga Saptashati, Devi Mahatmyam. But Yoga Sadhana, they're all yogis. Who are these Devis? We are worshipping Saraswati, Durga, Lakshmi, Kali, Maheshwari, Rajarajeshwari. They're all people who lived on this earth like you and me. They transcended the Tamoguna. They transcended the Rajoguna. They did sadhana, they did tapasya, and they rose to the state of Mahamatas, all goddesses whom we worship. And they're all there. We worship them because we also need to become like them and become Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yes. Hari Om. Any questions more?
Mataji, I have a question.
Yes.
So for a beginner people like us,
Who is
what
this
would you
person?
advise
Devya?
them?
Who is questioning? Chitra?
Chitra,
Yes,
yeah.
Chitra. Tell me.
So as a beginner, so what would your advice be for people like us? One thing to follow every day to get to that path. Yeah.
One thing to follow, a very simple thing. 10 minutes of God time. You begin with God time, okay? God time or my time or yoga time or whatever it is. 10 minutes. You begin with 10 minutes. You keep up the 10 minutes constantly. You don't reduce the 10 minutes. But from 10, you can always go on increasing every day, how much ever you want. It can be 1 hour, it can be 2 hours. But the 10 minutes consistently, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha. How can I quieten the mind? How can I steady the mind? Even Krishna has said, Mano Durnigraham Chalam, Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grihyate. Abhyasa means daily practice, the 10 minutes practice of yoga or pranayama or meditation or, or chanting, whatever is 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 2 minutes or 1 minute. But that 1 minute, keep it constant every day, 365 days. 1 minute you practice, 365 minutes you have practiced. And then next year, 365 minutes. So keep that up and increasing that 1 minute or to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. One practice, Ekatattva Abhyasaha, that's what it means, no? It's very simple. You want to conquer all these problems, you do only one thing. But the Ekatattva Abhyasaha that Patanjali Maharishi refers to is Ishvara Pranidhana. Take up some God or some upasana or some shloka, contemplate on it for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or half an hour. Do something good for that, related to your mind, related to quietening the mind. There is no other way. There's even in there is a Kali Santarana Upanishad. Narada Maharishi goes to Brahmaji and says, Brahmaji, Kali Yuga is coming. So what do we do? So many problems are there in Kali Yuga. What do we do to help ourselves in Kali Yuga? He says, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. He says, say this only. I don't know any other way. Brahmaji is throwing his hands up. Say, hands up. I don't know anything more than this. Say this. So, Eka Tattva Abhyasaha. One thing, take that, make your own practice. That let it become your practice for every day.
So when you say take one thing and practice like 10 minutes of the discipline, so the
I'm
10
not saying
minutes.
10 minutes. I'm just saying whatever time is suitable for you.
Yeah,
If-
exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you're saying that you should chant a prayer or like a repeat, or like how do I train my mind to just
No, that is
focus
what I'm
on one
saying.
thing?
Suppose if your favorite deity, I'm giving you an example. It can be anybody. If your favorite deity is Shiva, no? If you want to do something for 10 minutes every day, just keep chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or read some Shiva shloka or something related to Shiva. Read a story about Shiva. Listen to something about Shiva. Just to do that without analyzing or anything. Just do that for 10 minutes. Increase it for 15 minutes. Ideal is to increase it.
Astu dhanyawad.
Yes, dhanyavadaha. Kaha vadati? Ka
One more
vadati?
question, ma'am. One more
Chitra vadami.
one
Yeah,
doubt, ma'am.
uttamam. Vadatu amba.
I'm from Pondicherry once again.
Yes, Chitra, you're saying something?
Hello.
Idanim selvi vadati.
Selvi amma.
Selvi, ma'am.
Vadatu,
You
vadatu.
were talking about 4 lines of knowledge. As my knowledge was my action.
As the knowledge,
Okay.
so the action. As my knowledge, whatever yatha jnanam tatha karma tatha palam. Yatha jnanam. Whatever I know, that
Okay.
only I will do. If I know smoking is okay, if I know eating fruit juice is good for me, that only I will do. If I don't know that, I won't do that, right? Yatha jnana tatha karma. If I know yoga is good for me, then I will practice yoga. If I don't know that, I will not do. Yatha karma tatha phalam. Whatever action I do, I will get the result of that action, good or
Okay.
bad. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, Amma.
Madam,
Yes.
namaste, madam.
Namaste.
Vipassana meditation, is it Vipassana meditation is different from Vedanta?
Vedanta is not anything, any of all this. Vedanta is in everything. Vedanta, the word you should understand, Veda means knowledge. Okay. Knowledge of this. Knowledge is Vedas. Okay. Veda means I'm knowing this. I know pen, I know phone, I know computer, I know laptop, I know Rig Veda, I know Yajur Veda, I know Sama Veda, I know Atharva Veda is Veda. Vedanta is end of that knowing. For example, the light of consciousness from my eyes are falling on this laptop screen. Okay, you can all imagine the same thing. You can very easily understand what is Vedanta. Okay, the light is falling on the screen, and then the light falls on the screen and it gets reflected back as an image in my mind. That person in whom this image is reflected is I. Knowing about that I is Vedanta. I is that one screen of consciousness is there, which is, it is not there inside the body. It is only there. This body is there in that screen of consciousness, but we don't see the screen. See, when you go to a movie, you don't see that white screen at all. From the advertisements or from the national anthem or whatever trailers or the real movie, we see Rajinikanth, Kamal Haasan, Khushbu and all those actors, actresses. We cry along with them, we sing along with them, we laugh along with them. But we don't see that it is happening on that white screen at all. When we focus on the white screen, of the screen, we will not get any emotion in our heart. We will not feel sad or happy or anything. It is also another example, I would say, all of you, many of you would have gone by cars on a rainy day. So on the rainy day, when you go on the car, I'm just telling you what is Vedanta, okay? On rainy day, you go on the car, you can see some droplets of rain are there. Some places where the glass is without rain, okay? When you see through the glass without rain, you can see clear space. When you see through the droplets where rain has fallen, everything will be very blurred. That clarity of vision, seeing through consciousness, seeing through the eye of consciousness is Vedanta. That is what Tada Drashtuhu Svarupi Avasthanam. I am the Drashta, I am consciousness.
Vipassana meditation is different from Shankaracharya Siddhanta.
No, Vipassana is one of the ways. It is also, it's got nothing to Prachardana Vidarana Bhyamba Pranasya. Everything is told in Patanjali Maharaj. Everything related to yoga is there in Patanjali Maharishi's whatever treatises and other pranayama and other texts, Geranda Samhita, many other Hatha Yoga Pradipika, everything is there. So somebody would have taken one method. This is called Anapanasati Yoga, according to the Buddhists. Even Ramana Maharishi calls it Vikshana Pranayama. It helps to quieten the mind. Vikshana Pranayama this is the easiest pranayama we can all do without any side effects. Vikshana Pranayama is among the 10 minutes practice I told somebody, Chitra, I was telling. You can even do Vikshana Pranayama, doing nothing, just sitting quietly. And this is Vipassana only. Inhaling, observing the inhalation, not inhaling, exhaling deeply. Begin with a few deep inhalations and exhalation. And then the breath is somewhat steady. Then breath goes in, observe it's going in, observe it is coming out. So that is Vipassana. It is called Anapanasati Yoga. According to the Buddhists, it is Vikshana Pranayama. Everything, all yoga, pranayama, asanas, pranayama, whatever you may say, whatever practices, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, raja yoga, what everything does is it quietens the mind. When the mind is quiet, Vedanta tells you Tattvam Asi. Then in that quiet mind, that reflection of who I am is very clear. In a disturbed mind, that reflection is not clear. That's the only thing. That's the only difference.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you.
Come. Yes, Hari Om. Anybody else?
I just wanted to ask you, were talking about gratitude.
Huh.
We have to have that sense of gratitude to the living beings or Ellathulema.
Everybody, everything, every object. In fact, I've been studying a lot about tidying and cleaning. There are very famous books are there. You can look for them in the YouTube and internet and all that.
Okay.
Everywhere they're talking about tidying and clean objects only, no? Objects.
Okay.
The person, Marie Kondo, she is very popular. Okay, I can't talk this subject without mentioning her name.
Okay.
She talks about how to tidy your room. She says, keep all the things that spark joy. And whatever that doesn't spark joy in you, what do we do when we have an object in our house, some old clothes or some old chappal or some old books? What do we do normally? What do we do? We just throw it away. We throw it away. We don't send it with love and all that, right? We just throw it away. Vanda, put it. No, she says, take every object, say thank you for serving me, and then send it off. Give it to somebody, repurpose it or recycle it or upcycle it or donate it to somebody. But before doing that, say thank you to that. Thank you to your old shirt. That might be a tattered shirt, but you have served me so long. You brought a dress from the shop and the dress you have not opened, the tag has not been removed. But still after 10 years, you see it is still there. You don't want to wear it now. But still say thank you. The moment I bought you, the moment I got you, you gave me joy. So thank you for the joy that you gave me. And then send it away. That object will not come back to us in our life. Otherwise, what will happen is you can never throw away any object without that feeling of gratitude. No, it'll come back to us in some other way. I've experienced that so many times with so many objects, really. One pair of slippers, which I didn't want. I bought it in Sri Rangam. Because there's no Bata showroom there, I had to buy one and I bought it. I didn't like it. It was like a gent slippers. So for some months I wore, many people asked me, what is this you're wearing, gent slippers? I said, that was the only one I have. And then I wanted to give it away to somebody. I gave it to one lady. She took it. Then she put it in a nice cover and kept it somewhere else in the same compound where I was living. Then I took it away and I gave it to somebody else. That person also put it in the corner. And after so long, I'm seeing after 3 months, that chappal is still there. Then with the gratitude, I took it. Thank you for serving me. And then I kept it somewhere. It went off. It went away to somebody. Objects will not leave us because they have consciousness. They don't have consciousness of their own. Because of our association with it, there is a connection with our mind and the object, whether it is cars, bikes, cycles, anything that I buy, I relate to that object with love. In psychology, they might call it mania, but it's when you do it with awareness, it's not mania. When you interact with objects with awareness, knowing that this is a lovely picture that I got from somewhere, I treasure it. With that love, you place it, it's not mania. When you are excited about it and when you're anxious about it, then it becomes mania.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Welcome, Keshavrajji. So nice seeing many people whom I know are also here. And from my group, Srinivasan GAS, I know him. And then Durga Ma, I'm speaking to her. Sita Chechi, I do not know if the person is from Pondicherry. But we don't know her as Sita Chechi, Sita Ma.
I'm here listening to you from the beginning.
Durga Lakshmi Venkatraman is also there, I think.
Interesting.
Wonderful. Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. Hari Om Durga.
Reminded of mother when you said about
Hari Om Sharanyaji.
Hari Om. Hari Om Durga Ma.
It is wonderful to be with you and the rest of the Satsangis, and grateful as usual. Thank you so much, and it is only Gurudev's Anugraha which keeps us all together in the process of understanding things, whether it is karma, bhakti or jnana. Thank you again.
Durga Lakshmi is from the Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. She's a professor of Sanskrit at Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth.
Hari Om Sharanyaji, sorry to interrupt. I would like to correct. I am just an academic administrator.
No. I know you as professor. You are professor.
Kind of you. Let us
that is your karma. This is your dharma.
Okay, thank you so much. Very kind of you to have explained everything, and it is very nice to hear the questions which I myself wanted to ask on various counts. So when many people get together and ask the questions, everybody's doubts are cleared, and that is what is, I think, one of the biggest fruits of such a satsang. Yes. So dhanyavadaha sarvesham.
Punarmilamaha.
Punarmilamaha.
Yes.
Amma, when you told about the object's love for us,
yes.
I am reminded of mother.
Mother, yes.
But Pondicherry mother always.
Yes. She says treat objects well. Recently I read one handkerchief she will have. It was torn in many places. She got it stitched, all the torn pieces. Somebody said, why don't you throw this? She said, you don't know how much it has used me. It has been so useful for me. How much it has been, I've used this.
Mother says. We look at objects with love. Thank you.
Love. Yes. And that is my governing. I practice all this. Like I'm not simply talking here. I'm not talking some concepts. Everything that I've spoken of today with all of you, I've been practicing since the time I started studying about yoga, Vedanta, all the concepts. I am applying it. If I get angry with somebody or somebody shouts at me, immediately Maitri Karuna, that person wants, like internal conversation will start. No, immediate reaction will come. How can that person be like this? But no. Karuna, that person is talking out of hurt. I should not increasing it by getting angry. Respond with Karuna. Try to do it. So I love this now. Every moment is becoming very joyful because of that. And all anger, hatred, jealousy, everything will go off in 1 second when gratitude. And basically, I think I can share this prayer. I do not know when we are going to meet again. Nobody seems to be in a hurry to leave, I think. No? So Durga, we will when you tell me when we are finishing the session, I will just tell everybody, I will share this subject with them. And wherever they can, whatever they can do this. Whether we meet again, we don't know whatever is going to happen. So we don't need to postpone it for another day. As all of you are interested in gratitude, basically, all of us are interested in pushing off our problems, no? Whether it's problematic people, problematic situations or problematic objects. No, some bike is not starting, it's a problematic object. Some car is eternally not starting. Car, if it is, if you drive it on the road also, there is expenditure. If you keep it in your garage also, there is expenditure. So both ways you have to handle problematic objects, problematic people, and problematic situations. All things can be solved with one mantra. It is an English prayer. I think I've shared this even in that YouTube talks on Manashodhanam, or I don't remember whether I've done that. We have to just keep our hearts like this, both the thumbs together. This is a Buddhistic prayer only, but pranic healing, there are different prayers like this in the world. One is the Ho'oponopono, I told you. The words are, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you. This is Ho'oponopono. You can click that on Google and find out for yourself the details. Whatever problem you may have, it may be a headache, or it may be some friend with whom you have fought and you are feeling very hurt about that, and there is some kind of a clash between two people, or it is some object that is giving trouble, or it is some situations of financial situation, even this pandemic situation. How to overcome it? There is no way. Injection, all that is good. Everything is good, excellent. Social distancing, masking, injection, putting a lot of, filling your body with sanitizer, sanitizing the whole house. You can do everything. But without a blessing that whatever that is coming to us, what is it called? That COVID virus. Try that. We can all do. We are all great yogis, Our satsanga has got power. So maybe we will do that collectively. Individually, you can think of any situation or any person or any object that is troubling you. Or if all of us want to do collectively, we can do it for the pandemic. All the difficulties that we are facing in the pandemic, all the difficulties that all people are going through, children, babies, newborn babies, pregnant mothers, not only all the people, even this COVID virus, how much it will be struggling. It is wanting to capture something and do something, So how much it's struggling. So every torture is happening from anybody because that object inherently contains a lot of dukkha. Whatever object we are talking about, whatever situation we are talking about, or whatever person who is inflicting trouble in our lives is filled with dukkha. That is why they give us dukkha. If I have 1,000 rupees, I can give you 100 rupees. If I have no rupees, how can I give you 100 rupees? So if that person is giving some amount of dukkha to me, it means he has got 1,000 rupees worth of dukkha. So he's giving us one day he's slapping, or one day he's telling a harsh word. That is 100 rupees worth of dukkha from his pocket is giving to us. So what do? When a person is very sad and suffering, we don't get angry with that person. We don't beat that person. We don't scream against that person. We don't get angry with ourselves, right? We only handle it in a very nice way. So this is one way. All of us can do this. And I'll tell you, it is a practice for 21 days you can do. Any one person or situation or object that is causing trouble to you. It can be any pain in the part of the body or anything about your own body also that you find it very difficult to manage and take. You can do that. Keep your hands in this way and then eyes closed, hands in blessing position. There is from your heart, a pink energy is going out through your hands. Hands are carrier of our feelings and it sends it to that person, object or situation we are directing it to. It's like a satellite antenna. If your dish is not proper, then you don't receive the signal. So you're placing the satellite antenna towards that object, person or situation in your heart. Keep it in your heart and eyes closed. Inhale deeply. You can all repeat with me, even if you mute or unmute, it's okay. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, you can also unmute and repeat. Let it be a collective sadhana. Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste.
Repeat together.
Atma Namaste.
Inhale. Yes, inhale. Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste.
I love you.
I love you.
And respect you.
And respect you.
May peace.
May peace.
Be with you.
Be with you.
I thank you.
I thank you.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Inhale deeply. Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste.
I love you
I love you
and respect you.
and respect you.
May peace
May peace
be with you.
be with you.
I thank you.
I thank you.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti.
Inhale deeply. Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste. Namaste.
I love you
I love you
and respect you.
and respect you.
May peace
May peace
be with you.
be with you.
I thank you.
I thank you.
Om Shanti Shanti
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti,
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Very good. Gently open your eyes. This one is a very powerful prayer. It can do 4 things. It can remove that person out of our life. It can remove us out of that life of that person, what a situation or object. It can change that person, or it can change me, or it can make that situation like a pinprick, mosquito bite. You don't really bother much about it. So all these things can happen. We should do it as soon as we wake up 7 times in the morning. And before we go to sleep, the last half an hour, first half an hour of waking up, before that, last half an hour before going to sleep, we should do this 7 times. And why? Because the subconscious mind is very, very much receptive at that time. And during the day, when we think about the same problem, we should do this 7 times for 21 days. So in 21 days, if you have something else that comes up that's more severe than this, don't leave this and go to that. If you solve this, then everything else, many other things will get solved. 21 days continuously for one issue that we are taking up. And even if you forget one day in between, it is okay. From that day, begin 21 days and do it. Definitely there'll be a lot of, and these words are like mantras. So we don't need to put our own sentences there. Atma Namaste, I love you and respect you. May peace be with you. I thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I will send it to Durga by WhatsApp and she will share it with all of you. And the others who, mostly people whom I know or Durga knows, will be here, I think. I do not know if anybody else has joined in here.
We have groups, ma'am. We can put it in the groups.
Okay, yeah. I will share that, that exact words with you. You can even write it on a card and keep it wherever you can see. Anytime you think about that person, situation, or object, chant the same thing in your mind instead of going into those thought patterns. Oh, I hate, I'm suffering, and that I'm this and this problem. Instead of problem thought, we are having solution thought. Yes.
Thank you, Sharanya ma'am. That's such a wonderful session, and that's such a wonderful time to clarify our doubts. Also, you took your time.
Yes.
You took your time to clarify our doubts. So
I'm very happy.
So pleasure.
Interested people are listening.
Yeah.
It's my duty.
Yeah. So we are very grateful for you, and it's such a great opportunity to hear such a great words from you.
I think you should thank Srinivasan ji.
Yes, kandipa avara mention padama vida paradilla. Eppome he is always the mentor, and he bring namakku or nariya vishayatha nalla vishayatha pandradhukku oru muyarchi kudukradhukku or aal venum.
He was the one who put me on to Durga.
Yeah, yes, of course. He has brought a lot of people into light. Nariya naanga seminars pannirukkom. So ellame avaroda muyarchila dhaan nadandirukku. So I'm very grateful for him. And
yes.
Thanks for coming, and definitely come back again for us. Sure. It will be a great platform for us also.
Somebody is asking me. Yeah, there's a question coming. If children have fear while sleeping, he always comments, what can I do? Yeah, the same thing, the same prayer, Atma Namaste, works for everything. Any problem, same solution. Yes?
Kandipa innoru topic la marubadi sandikalam ungaloda.
Sure. I'll remember the thread of this discussion. Next time, if we have, we can go through the 7 steps that prepare the mind for the practice of yoga. The samadhi. Okay. Very important.
Yes,
one more personal question, ma. You are in Pondicherry.
Yes. Yes.
I'm from Pondicherry. Do you do live classes like this?
That's what I told you. I'm conducting satsang online tomorrow. Navaratri. All of you are welcome here. Whoever is in Pondicherry, please come to Chinmaya Surya Ashram or even other places, your Tapas Yoga Shala, you can come on an excursion here. We can have a camp here. We have facility for yoga sadhana. If you want to do 15 days retreat, together we can do Durga. You can bring in people here, and there are dormitories for women and men to stay. We have a big auditorium, and a lovely temple of Surya Bhagavan is there. So it's a lovely opportunity. We can work on something like that. We can learn more things as an in-house camp, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Yes.
We'll bring people.
And taking your mind away from the pandemic is very, very important right now. So focus on the nice things that we have to do in our life. Be safe. Take all the safety precautions, safety measures, but don't leave your focus out of the yoga. The 4 things only we need to remember: sadhana, swadhyaya, seva, satsanga. Sadhana, daily sadhana, practice, you know, some means, whatever I. Swadhyaya, study about who I am, retraining the mind. Seva, helping others. Only selfish I will become. If I am talking of only my yoga and only my Vedanta Jnana, I will be the most selfish person. I don't need to study all this to be only like that. So the third thing, very important, is seva, helping the family, helping members around us. You know, always asking, what can I do for you? Instead of what have you given me? What have you done for me? This question will give us a lot of peace in our life. What can I do for you is a hallmark of success in business, hallmark of success in the corporate sector, hallmark of success in education, in every field. What can I do for you? Seva. Satsanga. This is our satsanga. All of us joining together and having one thought. I am very sure in this 1 hour, 45 minutes, exciting. It is extremely baffling to me. How come it has been held so far? But the power of yoga and Vedanta, you know, 1 hour 45 minutes, I am very sure that our mind would have rarely gone into any other thought. Almost 2 hours now, you know. So this is the power of satsanga. So we can do all that in our ashram here. We can plan out something, and Tiruchi is not far away from Pondicherry. It's only 4 to 5 hours. Any other place, no place is far from Pondicherry. And Pondicherry itself not far from anywhere. Everything is 2 kilometers to the beach. So welcome.
Definitely, ma'am. We'll definitely bring and we'll plan something in that.
Yes. Yes.
We'll definitely meet back again in the same platform. We can bring a lot more other interesting topics to retreat the mind again.
Yes.
So thanks for the wonderful
we can meet
opportunity.
on Zoom. Yeah. And all of you, welcome to Navaratri. Whoever is in Pondicherry, please come to the ashram. We have pujas in the morning, and in the evening, the YouTube talks are there on Devi Mahatmya.
Thank you,
Hari Om.
ma'am. Thank you. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hari Om.
Thank you, ma'am.
Finish with a small bhajan, no?
Hari Om.
Because we don't know how to finish, no? One
Hari
small
Om,
bhajan.
ma'am.
Yeah, Hari Om to all of you. We'll sing together. You can even switch on your mics. Jaya Hari Govinda Jaya Nanda Lala Jaya Hari Govinda Jaya Nanda Lala Radha Lola Rasa Vinola Radha Vinola Rasa Vinola Tribhuvana Paripala Dina Tribhuvana Paripala Dina Dayala Jaya Hari Govinda Jaya Nanda Lala Surdas Prabhu Karuna Sagar Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Nagar Bhakta Sakha Bhagavan Gopala Bhakta Sakha Bhagavan Gopala Jaya Hari Govinda Jaya Nanda Lala Jaya Hari Govinda Jaya Nanda Lala. Hari Om to all of you.
Hari Om, ma. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, ma'am.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Amma or talk like or 5 minutes. Okay, please come up. Come up. Merhaba.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the wonderful support. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Durga ma'am, for
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Hari Om. Jaya Hari Govinda, Jaya Nandalala, Radha Lona.
Thank you, ma'am. Sign off பண்ணிக்கிறேன், ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, please. Carry on, huh?
Thank
I'll
you, ma'am.
just.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you. Thanks
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hari Om. அம்மா வரீங்களா மேல? Okay.